Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of D&D with high school students. I am Bill Allan. Thank you. I am the teacher and dungeon master for this series. And in case you're just joining us and have not watched any of the other videos, there's a whole bunch of pre-Episode 1 videos where we met the cast and introduced them to their characters. They created their characters. But just in case, let's go around the table. So to my left, Carl. Carl, who are you playing in this series?
So I'm Carl. I'm playing Ralof Half Beard.
I think his name is Ralof. Ralof Half Beard. You changed it to Ulfric, but I banned that because
Skyrim.
Ralof is from. Never mind.
That's also from Skyrim.
I hate you. Carl.
Me too.
I'm sorry,
call
but
you
I
Half-Beard.
already started.
And
on
what
the
is
intro.
Half-Beard?
It's
He's
too
a
late.
tiefling.
A tiefling what?
Wizard, bard.
Bard.
With,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a bard.
Yeah.
Tiefling bard.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. And what's his background?
Oh,
An acolyte.
he used to go to church, and he likes to play music.
All right, good. And you, Matt Kavanaugh.
I'm playing Maximillian, the half-orc barbarian.
Mm-hmm. And what's your background?
Noble.
Yeah,
He was
so
he was a
that'd
fancy
be
man
interesting.
once.
Tell us a little bit about him and his background.
Well, you see, father had an orc baby, which he didn't like. He was a human. So he tried to teach him to be real smart like a normal human child. Didn't retain any of it, and he just has really high-level vocabulary and no other grasp of the English language.
I see. Excellent. Okay, Anna, what are you playing?
I'm Trixie. I'm a cool elf warlock, and I'm a pirate.
And a pirate, but you don't have a cat yet. Sorry, no cat. You have to earn your cat.
Okay, but it makes sense because
so tired.
pirates have cats on ships.
Yeah, so you'll have to earn a cat. All right.
Get a cat.
Heather, who are you playing?
Halfling druid. Oh, my name's Milo. She's like a boy. Am I a boy or a girl though?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I haven't drawn you yet.
We'll figure it out later.
I'm gonna make you a
I'm
girl.
a folk hero,
You're a folk.
and I paint.
Yes.
Yes.
You're
do
known
that
for
in
your
real life.
painting
She does that in real life.
and your druidism.
Yes.
All right, Sean, what are you playing?
I'm Willie Stroker. I'm a rogue rock gnome.
A rock gnome rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a carpentry background.
Okay, good. Move over towards Heather.
Jesus,
All right,
that is
so let me
He's like, I don't
introduce you
wanna.
guys to the land that you're going to be in. So,
Since you and Carl are dating, it'd be awkward.
where
You're
you
right,
live, where your
forgot.
characters live, is a land. It's I don't want to say a small island. It's pretty big. It's about 280 miles wide, so it's a relatively big island. And that island continent is called Nuwaf Otmai. Nuwaf Otmai. And it's basically got a mix of all sorts of geographic features, but it's overall kind of more of a Mediterranean climate. So it's warm. Unless you go way up into the mountains, you're never going to see snow. It's typically pretty warm all year long. And because it's surrounded by ocean, it kind of has that climate as well. There are 5 countries on the continent, 5 countries. 2 of them are theocracies. They're governments led by religious rulers. Yeah. 2 of them are monarchies, led by royal families, and 1 is a magocracy, which is it's ruled by arcane wizards. Yeah,
Oh.
arcane spellcasters. This island contains all sorts of races. So your mixed party of races, depending on what country you live in, there are some more racially diverse countries, and then there are some that aren't quite as racially diverse. And then on the island, there's a pantheon of gods. And the gods basically are representative of the 4 elements, and the 5th god is representative of the void.
Ooh.
So the god of earth is Ayuk, and he's typically depicted as a single mountain with a halo of clouds, or in more recent years, he's depicted in drawings, paintings, or statues as a bearded human with green crystal eyes holding up a giant boulder over his head. The goddess of water is Vusaik, and Vusaik is depicted as a beautiful human or elven female with flowing hair made of water and eyes of blue crystals. Next, we have the fire god, Deepa. Deepa is depicted usually as either a young human boy or a halfling, or sometimes a beardless gnome or beardless dwarf with dark charcoal skin, and eyes of a burning reddish-orange crystal, hair of flames, and a smith's hammer in his hand. Then we have the goddess of wind. Her name is Vem. She's depicted as a beautiful human or elven female with pale skin and white crystal eyes, with flowing robes made of clouds and a radiant crown of sunlight. Last is the genderless divinity of the void, and this is Taik. Taik is depicted as a large humanoid figure completely covered in long, flowing, black hooded robe. The only exposed area is his face, which appears to be shrouded in an endless black fog or smoke, with sparkling, multicolored crystal orbs where his eyes would be. His or her eyes. Its eyes
Yeah.
would be.
You could just say there.
Their eyes.
Their eyes.
Yes. So those are that's the pantheon of gods. Now, why is that important? Because, as I mentioned, 2 of the 5 countries on the island are theocracies. So the gods play a large role in everything that goes on in this world. Let me break down the countries for you. So the biggest is the Great Kingdom of Malakun, and that's a monarchy on the west of the island. Their ruler is His Supreme Highness Tertingi Malakuni, who is a male elf. And some say that he's been alive for 2,000 years. They have the largest land mass, the largest amount of cities, and probably the most powerful army. The smaller of the 2 monarchies is the Kingdom of Hutsi. Their ruler is Prince Maku wa Kifalme, who is a male human. And it's a huge royal family, and he's the oldest of the male sons. Both of those kingdoms are predominantly humans, elves, half-elves, and halflings. There are other races that live in those kingdoms, but those are the dominant racial majorities. To the southeast is the Majocracy, and that country is called the Mantirum. That is led by a male tiefling. His title is His Eminence Vrajator Dumnezu. And the Mantirum has a mix of races too. There's humans, elves, halflings, gnomes, dragonborn, and tiefling. They're not a big country, but because of the amount of concentrated magic users in that country, they wield a lot of political power. To the northeast, the far northeast of the island, is the other theocracy, the Blessed Domain of Parmia. And that is led by Her Grace Aita Santuak, who is a female half-elf. It's probably the smallest of the countries. And right smack dab in the middle of the island is where you guys are from, which is the smaller of the larger of the 2 theocracies, and also the most racially diverse, which is the righteous domain of Qabul Qilish. So you guys have all grown up in Qabul Qilish, and it's the most racially diverse. There are humans, elves, halflings, half-elves, half-orcs, gnomes, dwarves, dragonborn, and tiefling that all live in this region. The ruler of Qabul Qilish is His Holiness Kor Paigambar, who is a male dragonborn. The capital city is Poitax Shahar, and it's a vast metropolis with the most diverse population on the island, of about 50,000 people. There is also a fortified city called Kadimgi Kadam. It's actually a city built over another ancient city. So it's a very kind of old place. It's closer to the mountains. So that's kind of an overview of the countries. And I'll show you on the map what that looks like. But Daryolar Shahri is the town that is on its own island with freshwater rivers on both sides and the ocean to the south. It's a trade center, a fishing hub, and it boasts some of the best vineyards on the entire island. There's also a renowned temple to the water goddess there. So something that you would know because of your background, Anna, is that the ocean around the entire island only extends for 10 miles before the waves become what they're basically known as the impassable waves. So any boat could go out for 10 miles away from the island for fishing or trade around the island, right? But any boat that's any ship of any kind that's ever tried to go beyond 10 miles out of the island has either come back in pieces with the waves or has never been seen again.
I'm going out there.
And you
Don't
you
do
know
it.
this from your time when you worked on ships, both as just a normal
Good luck.
mariner and a pirate. So you've seen like firsthand that this no captain will ever take a ship even close to the 10-mile marker.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah.
It is a bustling day in town. There's a lot of trade going on. And it's also, you guys know that one of the trade ships from Parmia, the northeastern country up here, about once every 3 weeks, a trade ship will come down from Parmia and come to your port, and those trade goods are then disseminated throughout the rest of the country, and likewise they trade. So the two theocracies are pretty strong trade partners.
Can we request items?
You can always go shopping, and in fact, one of the things that
Oh, yeah, we
brings
have
all
money.
these people to town is that when the trade ships come in, they also have passengers. So a lot of times there are tourists who come, by ship from Parmia to Qabul Qilish, and they will buy things at Qabul Qilish, like the wine. They'll buy they'll buy Kabuli wine and take it back to Parmia. So it's always kind of an interesting time. It's almost like a Ren fair, where when the ship comes to town, there's a lot of people who will be out in town selling things, and then there's people buying things. So it's kind of an exciting time. It's almost like a little festival, and there's celebrations and feasts and stuff like that. So you guys come into town, and it's a bustling day. There's a whole bunch of things going on, and kind of people doing stuff, people carrying things back and forth. And you know that there's two in this particular neighborhood where there's a lot of trade. There's the Reeves building, which is this tall building. That's kind of like the law enforcement building. Like that's where the militia and the judges, the Reeve, the local sheriff is located. There are several inns. One of them is a very busy inn called the Rusty Flagon, and that's this one. And there's typically, always something to do or something that can be found, as well as like jobs. There's always people looking for people to do things. So you guys all kind of have recently gotten into your different professions, right? You've done some carpentry work. You've maybe just, a few weeks ago got off of a ship and had done some work. You recently got like your father's blessing to go forth and kind of make your way in the world, and you have like your scroll of your
Daddy's money kind of thing.
Yeah, some daddy money, that kind of stuff. Each one of you guys got, because of the backgrounds you chose, each one of you guys got, a little something to kind of get you on your way. But now you're all here in town. So there's hustle and bustle. You hear people working, people selling things, people shouting, people smiling and laughing. There's music being played. What do you do?
Play music as well.
Okay, well, Carl, you see there's several places, and just across from you,
I
across the boulevard, you see a man up here, and he's actually singing, and he's drawing a crowd, and he's like singing a song, like a love ballad, and people are going up and.
Wait, which instrument did I keep?
Flute.
My flute. I could play my flute while he sings.
Okay.
You can
So do you go over there?
harmonize.
Yes.
All right, you guys follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I want to go to the Rusty Flagon.
You put yourself over here, and then anyone else who's going to go there.
Yeah, I'll-
Everyone but
I need
Anna.
my schoolboy.
Yeah.
Which one are you? Oh no.
I'm the one with the tits out. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
can't
you're going to
see.
walk over to the
Different.
flagon.
Something
Yes,
different.
I
I
am.
think
Okay.
she fell.
I'll get to you in
Yeah.
a second. So, Carl, you kind of walk up, and you see this fancily dressed man. Like he's got like colorful, noble clothes on, and he clearly looks like a performer. And he's just singing away, and his tale seems to be like a little bit about the adventures of the noble king, His Eminence Corbai Kambar, and he's singing about the king and singing his praise about his leadership and his greatness in battle, and that's kind of the vibe that you pick
That's
up
awesome.
on.
Love
So
it.
do you want to like jam out with him?
Yeah, I think that would be like so much fun.
Okay, so you're gonna make a performance check.
So I roll.
You roll that. Yep. Now look at your proficiencies under performance.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
Down.
where's it?
P.
P.
For performance.
Wait, Matt, help me. Five.
Okay, so 5 because you get your charisma bonus.
That's right.
And then your proficiency bonus. So 13 plus 5 is 18. That is a very admirable performance. So you kind of pick up the vibe and you start like riffing along on your flute with him, and the guy
playing a
he
flute like this?
he looks over.
Oh,
Actually,
kind
let
of
me see
flute.
if he breaks character. No, he doesn't. So he like looks over and catches on, and he like picks up his game even more. So now you guys are like basically jamming.
Oh,
It's like the vibe,
vibing.
the
And you
vibe.
notice like people stop kind of shopping and they wander over to like check out what you guys are doing, and the guy puts down his flour sack, and
I'm phenomenal at this.
so you guys, not Anna because she's not there, but you all need to make rolls to see if you notice something in specific.
Oh,
So-
look at this
Here's
dice
a
tray
gun.
we're using.
Sean, why don't you share the dice tray down there?
Bad timing.
I'm going to give you a set of die.
It's a pretty good dice tray.
Hey,
It is a pretty good dice tray. Manufactured by Sean Robinson. Incorporated.
Robinson
I made
shop.
this dice tray. It's
Robbie shop sounds
The
good.
Robinson
I
so-
shop.
believe
Oh,
it's
the Robinson
quarter
shop.
sawn white oak with
my
some
God.
mahogany sides,
Yeah.
Wow.
MDF bottom. You know, just so it
My
doesn't-
favorite type of wood's Coco Bolo.
just so it
I was
doesn't-
worried what kind of
What's
wood
it
you were going to say.
Choose a color, Kavanaugh.
Blue.
Blue. There you go. Carl, choose a color.
Orange.
Orange. Heather,
And
choose a
the
color.
What
bears.
colors do you have? Yellow? Do you have yellow?
Red, yellow, or green?
Yeah, yellow's fine.
Anna, choose. Oh, you have your own.
So we're supposed
All right. So everybody but Anna make a d20 roll. This is a perception roll.
I roll a natural 20.
Now, DM helps.
Wow.
I could have just used their passive perception.
I got 12. Wait, what do we
But I'm
add?
the DM,
It's a
so I
9.
decide what.
I got 12 as well.
So
You
do you
should
see
be
your
able to add
perception?
that.
Yeah.
Whatever that number is,
5.
add that to your roll.
Okay, cool. So
One.
I got 17.
13.
2, so I'm at 11.
What did you have?
I'm at 18.
Okay.
But
I'm just oblivious to whatever's
zero?
going on.
Oh.
I'm too busy with like my.
What did I have? I had 17.
All right. Everybody who
Yeah.
had over a 15, raise your hand.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. So you
Carl,
guys
our
are
characters
watching
are getting
Carl
killed off.
perform, and you see like this mom and this kid, and like the kid's like standing right next to Carl, and he's just looking at Carl, and he keeps getting like closer, and he's like just admiring Carl.
Minnie
And then you
Cooper.
notice that like his hand reaches into Carl's cloak, and then he like smiles, and then he's like happy and just watching
Steals
Carl.
your flute.
Stab him.
And then no, you didn't notice.
Kill the kid.
So
We
you
noticed,
see
right?
this happen.
Metagame.
Yeah. What do we do? We have to tell
Slaughter
Carl.
him.
What do you do?
Grab the kid.
Alert me and I'll kill him.
Wait. I mean, we have to tell Carl. We want Carl to get his stuff back.
What is he stealing from me doing?
Yeah.
Sean, you had an 18.
Yes.
So you were very familiar with what this kid just did. 'Cause
I had
you're
a
rogue.
17.
Yeah, you saw him steal something from
yeah, yeah.
Carl.
Well, we need to grab the kid.
So I have
Get Carl's
a
stuff back.
pretty high
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand.
Steal it back.
Steal it
I
back.
can take it back.
You're like a
Alright.
2-year-old. It's like a 2-year-old.
So how do I do this?
So the kid is looking. The kid's still pretending to be listening. to
You just
Carl.
give him a
So
little
you're
tap
gonna roll
and it'll
sleight of hand.
What's that?
Can 2-year-olds
D20?
like walk?
Yeah,
They
d20,
can walk,
and then
right?
add your sleight of hand bonus.
Yeah.
Roll it
He's
in the
not
box.
actually
You
shit.
get like the trade.
So 4
4 plus what?
plus 8,
Oh,
All right, that's
hey.
12.
12,
Just smacks the kid.
It just punches him.
11.
Okay, so
Backhands.
So I
so
get
you,
it.
you get your hand like into the kid's cloak, and then you like
I dropped my
you
die.
see like
I
the
got
kid
it.
turn, and then he sees you, and then he starts to run. Just as you're about to like grab the
bow
pouch that he stole from Carl,
He's my
he
thorn
sees
whip.
he like feels it, and
Do I have
he
thorn
starts
whip?
But I
to
got better. I got a higher roll than him.
You got a higher roll, but you don't
I have
know what
dart.
his bonus
I have a
is.
dart.
Your total was 12. He rolled an 11. So 11 plus his.
If he has a bonus of more than 1.
Yeah. So now you have to roll initiative. And initiative is you roll d20, you add that modifier, because if he has a higher initiative than you, he gets to go first and he's going to run.
Every couple minutes.
But if you beat him in initiative, you can grab him if you want.
So
So everybody can roll initiative except Anna.
Yeah, except for me. 'cause
You're
I'm-
busy looking for a
Oh my
cat
gosh.
Oh,
in an
hey,
ant.
pretty good.
No, I'm there for
Ooh.
the vineyards.
I got a
17.
Add
6
something
plus
to it?
what? Plus initiative?
17,
Yeah.
boys.
Is this a
21.
reply?
Yeah, you totally win.
No, it's this one.
So the kid starts to take
Okay.
off and you win initiative. Do you want to grab him?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All right, make a
Wait,
strength
wait,
check.
Oh,
what's
it's
his-
up here.
what's
It's up
his-
here.
what's strength?
Oh, 4. 10. I got
All
is it
you're
'cause-
rolling initiative for is just like you're noticing that this is happening.
Oh, okay.
Like you see some kid start to run and Sean's grabbing him.
Oh, okay. Because I got a total of 20.
So
Eat some.
how do I roll now
Roll
for?
my axe
All right,
on
so
both.
grapple is you basically are making an unarmed melee attack with your strength. So roll d20. and add in your strength bonus plus your proficiency.
4.
Jeez, you are not good at this.
Wait, I didn't. Sorry.
We had 5.
Plus
Yeah.
1.
Okay, you grab him. It's a tie.
Okay.
So the kid's like, and he tries to get away, and you're holding him, which is funny because he's a human
like,
kid and you're a
little.
rock gnome, so you're the same size. You're like a grown-ass man. So. All right, so now you guys notice that this kid who was standing next to Carl, like looking lovingly, has tried to run away, and Willie grabs him and is like holding him, but just barely,
It's fine. Just
because he's a rock
I
gnome.
think I
Tell
got.
him, tell
I
us.
think I got the initiative. Can I just like pick them both up like that?
Yeah, just make a strength check,
All right.
which your strength is beast.
Yeah. 1.
Except when you roll a 1.
Drop.
So you go to pick them both up, and you're like, ooh. And you're just not quite balanced enough where you're standing. There's too many people in the crowd.
I roll to hold his legs.
Well, here's an interesting
This
question.
game is so strange.
Here's an
Like-
interesting question.
Like Matt's just like, can I pick him up? And Bill's like, yeah, just roll
All
your
right.
die.
Carl, do you stop playing?
Oh my God,
Do you
never mind.
stop the epic jam?
No,
Wait,
no, you can't.
Carl just like.
We're fine.
Now,
Picks him
I
up.
could do this. I could have you make a check to keep on jamming and not be distracted, but I'm going to say that because your first roll was pretty solid, it's a choice. You could stop jamming, or you can.
Don't stop jamming.
Or you could keep jamming
Unless you
while
want to
you
do something
attack
like
him.
Jethro Tull level stuff where you keep playing the
Yeah.
flute while you
Like,
kick
kick
someone.
him.
But
I roll to
Roundhouse
keep the
kicking.
flute in my mouth while I use my hands to attack people.
I don't know how flute works.
I don't know how a flute works.
Are you using like?
What's a
all.
flute? You've been doing the action with the fingers.
Yeah, but you go
No,
sideways
it's
on
like
a flute,
this.
right?
you could
You
keep
can do
doing
both,
that and
but you
like.
still need the
Like,
fingers.
Carl thinks it's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
piano.
Yes,
yeah.
he plays a
Well,
flute.
no, there are flutes that are like that, but they don't have as many notes.
I roll to
so
summon
What
rats.
kind of flute are
It's
you?
like a penny whistle.
No, there are.
right.
There's
It's just a
just
It's a slide
whistle.
whistle.
Yeah. That's all Carl does. He's like a huge hit at parties. All right.
Just a slide
Bill's
whistle
party
concert.
trick.
if he has a lot
You
of
guys
slide
see my
whistles.
slide whistle?
So,
I know how to
Sean,
whistle.
you're holding the kid.
Yes.
You tried to pick him up.
Yeah.
You're still playing. Heather, what do you do?
It's been a weird day.
Go up to him. Well, because
Yeah.
Sean's holding
Pick
him,
him.
so we
Yeah.
can like go
Sean.
up to him and like grab it from him, from his pocket.
Whoa.
Okay.
You're letting him kiss
Right?
your
Yeah.
Does
girlfriend.
that make sense? Because I'm like the same size as him.
Yep.
15.
Hey, there you go.
Plus what?
So you walk up and
No,
you
okay.
grab this pouch and you're like,
Yeah.
It looks basically like the pouch that Carl just had tied around his belt, which had his coins.
Mhm.
So you.
Well, I should check inside and make
You
sure
could,
it's
yeah.
his stuff.
How many gold coins?
Because
did you have?
otherwise I feel like
15?
I would take.
15.
You see 15 gold coins. In
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So you
I'm not
feel
gonna
like.
steal it from Carl.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah, make it sure.
We're family friends.
Okay. So.
Carl and I have been really good friends since like
So the
8th
kid's
grade.
like
I can't
looking
do
at
that
you
to
and
him.
he's like, come on, mister, please just let me go. Please.
Tell his mom.
Let me kick.
I promise I won't be bad again. I have to go.
How old is
If they
he?
see me here, they see me caught, the guards will take me. They'll put me in prison and then I'll be in trouble.
Cool.
Just
Send
let
him
him
to juvie.
go.
Bummer.
He's also a criminal.
I use my thieving language, and I talk to him, and I want to know why he really took it.
I don't think that's what that's
Thieves can't.
Yeah.
Sean, that's superb. He looks at you at
Sean's
first
the
like
real
he's
star of
shocked.
this- of
Like
this
he's
sub-series.
like
Yeah.
he's shocked that you like speak his language, but then you notice he does like a couple. It's almost like a little bit of like sign languagey stuff where he like gestures to a couple things and then he pulls his sleeve back and you see this little tattoo on his arm and it's like a tattoo of a red star and then he pulls his sleeve back down
Communist.
and you know that the red star is basically like an organization of criminal gangs. It's not just one gang. It's like
Isn't he like 4?
yeah, well maybe 6.
He's like a
Just the
tattoo.
one. Just the middle.
So you know that
Poor kid.
basically if he has that mark that he's in the red star and that he's like that he must be affiliated with a gang in this territory and that if he has that mark on him there's probably somebody watching him like the walls have eyes kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's probably other gang members right now watching this.
So
He's like, I'll owe you a favor, just let me go.
I got what I needed. I let him go.
Okay, all right, he runs off.
I'm still trying to
My
pick him
man.
up.
Carl,
Yeah.
just as the kid runs off and you're confused as to why he would run off, the singer cues you that he's like wrapping up the song and you kind of get the vibe and he like holds the note and he's like, Horgayama, and you're like, right? right?
Yeah.
And you flare, and the crowd loses their minds. They're like, yeah, bravo,
Carl, play the sound, play the sound.
bravo."
On your
And you're
phone.
just showered with copper pieces. Carl, you're showered with copper pieces.
Okay, wait.
It
I
just
rolled
the-
to hold a hat out.
Okay. So you get 10 copper pieces. You can write that down.
That's everyone excited.
Carl, that's like a horrible sitcom soundtrack from the 80s.
Sounds
Fire.
like Seinfeld.
All right. Carl, you received 10 copper pieces for your performance.
None of us
I
have
have a
pencils.
pencil.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Go.
Just remember it then, because I don't have any either. Well prepared.
good at
Good
numbers.
job, Anna. All right. So
I brought my own dice.
that's true. You did.
And you
All right.
didn't bring a
Meanwhile, Anna,
No, I don't need pencils.
you. What did I
Eaten
call
by
that? The
wolves.
Rusty Flagon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into the Rusty Flagon, and it is bustling. There are like a crazy amount of tourists. Now, how do you know that there's tourists? Because you know this area, you know this neighborhood, and you're like, there are normally not this many like mixed race-looking people wearing these kind of clothes. Like these are clearly tourists from the north, from Parmia, and
Are they
they're
wearing fanny packs?
no, but they kind of have that look like
Okay,
where they've
yeah.
like they look like they're in their traveling clothes, and they they look like they probably haven't had like a fresh cooked meal because they've been on a boat in ages. So they're all like every table is taken, but there's room at the bar. So being that you are familiar with the area, you actually know the bartender. His name is Corgan.
Corgan.
He's like an older, he's kind of like a older half elf, like whitish grayish hair, and he's been working at the Rusty. He doesn't even own the Rusty Flagon, but he's been working there for like all the time that you've been alive, and he basically looks the same. So he sees you, and he's like, Trixie, you've come for a drink. We've just uncorked the first of the kegs. Come along. And he invites you to have a seat.
Hey, roll to do a keg stand.
They have a fair amount of people working, and there's serving girls running bottles and flasks around to different tables, and there's people bringing food, and plates are clinking, glasses, all that stuff. And you see, you see a spot where you could sit down. What do you do?
I want to sit down and then kind of like survey everyone who's in there.
Okay.
So.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
15. That's an 18.
Okay. You look through the crowd. The majority of the people, like I say, look like, Parmian tourists who just got off the boat and are basically having a fresh meal and sampling some of the local food. You do notice two guys in the corner who don't look like Parmians. They also don't look like they're locals. They are dressed in dark gray robes. They kind of look like, you're not sure if they're priests or wizards or something, but they don't look like they're having fun. Like everybody in the inn is like, looks like content to be there and having having food, having drinks. These two dudes are literally sitting at a table with no food and no drinks, and they're just like staring out at the crowd, like,
Okay.
and you're not really sure what they're doing. And they're humans. They're two humans, but they both have shaved heads, no facial hair, and they're wearing these dark gray robes.
Okay,
They're monks.
maybe. I want to get a drink, and then I want to muscle my way into a table closer to them.
Okay. Well, Corgan's like hooks you up. He pours you a fresh mug of the recently tapped ale, and he asks you if you want any food.
I'm good.
Okay. So you kind of wait at the bar until a table opens up. And
No, I want to use my intimidation. I want that table now.
Oh, okay. All right. So you do see like there's a small like two-top table kind of closer to where those guys are, and there it looks like there's a couple tourists who have just finished up. And they've paid their coins, and they're just sitting there.
Right.
Like, they finished eating and they paid, and they're just occupying the table.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to them. I'm going to say, move it.
Okay,
You said I got reputation points, so
you do.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation.
that's a 17, so 23.
Yeah. They look at you and they're like, oh, and they apologize and they get up and they leave. So you basically sit down at the table.
All right.
You have no problem getting to the table. You're sitting there for maybe a minute or two, and you notice that the two guys, they don't seem to notice that you're there. They're kind of still looking out over the crowd. But as you've gotten closer now, you can kind of see that they're looking at the door, almost as if they're waiting for someone to come through the door. That's kind of the general direction. So you're kind of off to the side, and you see now that they're looking out at the crowd, but it's like they're looking out in the direction of the door.
Okay.
And that's it. You wait there for several more minutes, and that's pretty much all you see. They're just waiting, and
All
whoever
right.
they're waiting for, or whatever they're waiting for, doesn't seem to have come through the door yet.
Then I want to down my drink and go tell these guys that there's some weird ass dude sitting in a corner.
Okay, so you guys, Carl, you get down. You're like, thank you. You collect all your copper coins in your hat, and so you step down.
Yes.
All right, as you're stepping down, the bard who you were just performing with he's like, by the gods, you have great skill with the air of the flute.
Yeah.
Who are you, pray tell?
I'm Ralof Half Beard.
Well met, Ralof Half Beard. Well met indeed. I am Derek, the Derek of the song. Perhaps you've heard of me. You're like, you've never heard of Derek of the song.
Yes, I have heard of you, Derek, of the song.
Good. Roll deception, Carl. That's your skill to bluff.
4.
4 plus what?
7.
7.
Oh, see? It's good to have a
What is
20
that,
charisma,
12?
Carl.
No, that's 11.
That's 11.
11.
So, Carl, you're like, yes, I have. You're not sure if he buys it, but you feel like you did a good job of
Yes.
selling that one. So he's like, yes. Well, sometimes I'm known as the golden throat or the silver tongue, but I am well renowned for my vocal stylings throughout Qabul Qilish. You are a very talented flute player, I must say. Would you be interested in joining me for another performance, perhaps one that would pay better?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I am about to have a meeting, actually, at the Reeves office. And pending that, I may be requested to make a special performance tonight at the steward's banquet. So if I'm so honored to be the guest performer, I would be most happy to share the stage with you. And I believe the audience would appreciate our performance. I'll tell you what. Why don't you meet me at the Rusty Flagon in, say, about an hour? I'm going to head over to the Reeves and make these arrangements now.
Yes, that sounds so fun. Good.
Superb, Ralof. It was a pleasure meeting you. Hope to see you soon. So he hops down off of the crate, and you see him kind of walk across the alley and over to the Reeves. All right, so you guys.
Just walk on the side of the building.
Oh.
That sounded really bad.
Something metallic fell.
Real expensive.
I thought you were laughing. Just
I'm gonna
Sounds
seduce this
minty.
guy.
It is minty.
Do
I
it.
hope
I'm
it
gonna have
is
sex with him.
great.
Do it.
So you're wrapping that up. You guys are kind of sitting there now. What you saw was Carl singing, like some little kid like admiring him, and then Sean grabs the little kid and has like a conversation with him, and then like the kid runs
Wait,
off.
who's Sean?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's Willie Stroker.
Willie, you saw Ralof singing. You saw a kid like admiring
was
Ralof.
fluting.
You saw Willie grab the kid
He's just
and then
fluting.
have a conversation with him briefly, and then the kid, like Willie, lets the kid go.
Don't trust Willie.
And you saw all this too.
Yeah.
Now you're holding his pouch of coins, so
I gotta give
he
back
still
to
doesn't know that he was robbed.
Carl.
Yeah, but I made $10, so it's fine.
Stupid.
All right.
I'm gonna give back to Carl.
Okay,
I
so
can't
what do you
take
do?
it.
How do you do that?
I just tell him that some little
Just
kid
tell him.
stole
Do it.
it.
Tell me.
Do it.
Tell
Do
me.
it.
We're
No, you
role
gotta
playing.
tell him.
Role play with me.
Someone stole your pouch of coins. A small child stole your pouch of coins, but it's okay because Willie and I got him.
Kill it.
And we killed him.
Thanks, Willie and
Milo.
Milo. I'm so happy that we're family friends.
Yeah. And then I give you the pouch back.
Thank you for the pouch.
You're happy because you look in that pouch and you realize that 15 gold was about all you have in your life right now.
I just
so
made 10 gold. That's
you
all.
made
That's
10 copper.
Oh,
That's like 10 pennies.
Oh.
Carl. I mean, that's not.
Wait,
that
is
worthless.
10? So 10 copper is like pennies, so is 10 gold like dollars?
It's like a 10 to 10. So 10 copper equals 1 silver. 10 silver equals 1 gold.
Oh, I'm not doing well. Okay.
It's like
Thank
Harry
you.
Potter currency.
Sorry.
Dear Milo.
It's yeah. So you're happy to
Actually, your
have
money
all
back.
your gold back because that's like your
Bet you
entire
wish
bank.
you
I rolled a take her out for ice cream.
Bet you
All right.
wish you were
So
rich.
you, how about you, Maximillian? You saw this transpire.
I'm
yet-
gonna ask Sean what happened.
You have to ask him. It's role play.
Ask Willie what happened. You're 4 feet. You're 4 feet taller than him. I mean, go ahead.
I gotta come up with the vocab word.
Use your phone.
Inquire. That's it.
It's a long story.
Elaborate.
Good word.
Can't explain it right now.
Disappointed.
Stand by.
Hey, why
Accepted.
Did you
So there's, you know, even though the musical performance went on, there are still like throngs of people coming in, you know, from the port and people from the rivers and stuff. So that you know, you hear more music and you hear more trading and all sorts of busy work going on. Around the time that you guys kind of finish that interaction, you see Trixie kind of come across from the inn. Are you still carrying your flagon of ale with you as like?
I emptied it, but I am carrying it.
Yeah.
It's mine now.
So she like walks up to you guys. So you guys kind of basically like this area becomes kind of crowded. So you're more in the middle.
I can't reach.
It's freezing in
So you guys
Okay, no.
you guys all kind of move in, and Trixie walks up to you.
Hey, dude. So I was about to get drunk, but there's some really weird guys in the inn, and I think you guys should come look at them.
I don't know if I believe her. She was just drinking.
we
and
believe
I'm
her?
pretty
not. I'm
drunk.
not
She's
drunk.
drunk. Do we believe her?
I'm not drunk. I
Then
had
what's
one.
that ale in your
I
hand?
had. It's empty. First of all. Second of
So you
all.
drink
Because
it
she
all.
drank it.
Okay, I'm not a lightweight. So
Okay.
What
False.
Okay.
I'm not.
Falsified.
I
Roll,
have
roll insight. No.
I'm not.
What do we do?
Okay, Trixie isn't.
Intrigued.
What do you do?
Do we check it out?
I'll check.
I don't know. I'm not telling you.
Yes.
I feel like we should.
I'm hungry, so let's just go inside.
Investigate.
And, you know.
I
do
also
it.
already cleared out a table, so it's really small. Maximillian can't sit with us, but the
We'll
rest of
wait
us,
outside.
you guys are puny. We'll be good.
Okay.
I'll
like
fit.
average height, so don't make fun of me.
Sean and I are like very small.
I'm actually
people.
slightly above.
Yeah.
Can I get on my shoulders like
They're
a
tiny.
penny?
Okay, so
I'll
do
fit.
we roll?
Roll to eat food.
Roll
No,
to,
roll to go
walk
inside.
in.
Or we should go.
You guys go
We
inside.
just all decide to go.
You guys enter the Rusty Flagon. It's
people.
bustling. Like literally every table is full, and
I'll get another one.
you notice
That's good enough.
Trixie kind of gestures. I'm assuming you like indicate what direction they're in.
Yeah, I kind of go.
Yeah. So she does this weird head thing, and you look in the corner, and I'm not going to make you roll because basically
Roll
you
to
guys
look in the
see
corner.
like a whole bunch of different touristy looking kind of people with you know festive nice clothes on, and then you see these two human guys, kind of like pale skin, shaved heads, and they're wearing like these dark gray, kind of charcoaly gray robes, and they're just staring intently actually in the direction you guys are in, like by the door.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Just at the door. Okay, I want to get us a new bigger table.
How do we?
Okay.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah, you
should
want.
we-
You
these
want
guys
that.
are staring at us. Should
Should
we,
I
like,
should I
worry
like
about
look
that?
back?
Dude, be
Maybe.
cool. Just be cool about it. Be cool.
Carl's
Kinda
character starts
maintain
crying.
Yeah.
So, do you acquire a new table?
I do acquire a new
All right,
table.
go ahead
Roll
and
to
Roll
pray.
to acquire.
intimidate.
So I get a. Hold on, I have to do math. 22.
Yeah, that's good enough. You walk up to like a 6 top, and you're like, "Get up now, or I'll murder you all." And because of your threatening demeanor,
Hey,
and the
is that a
6-year-old's
high enough
birthday
roll to also
party
take their
back.
money?
that might be pushing it. I would have to make a counter roll, but
Can I take like a little bit of their money, or like grab their drinks as they leave?
Don't you get free
5 of
stuff
the
from
6
the
people
owner?
get up and leave, and one of them stays at the table, and he's like, "I'm sorry, you can't have this table.
Can I-
You and your friends have to go outside."
I'm pretty intimidating. I think I could get him.
Like, buddy, I don't care,
2 feet
but this dude needs to sit down, and he's too big to sit in my table, so he's gonna sit here.
Who? Him?
Yeah, that dude.
He's harmless. He looks at you. He's
All
like,
right.
I didn't say that. I just wanted to
Alright,
sit at the
hold on.
table.
Blasphemy.
well, I'll tell you what. Each one of you pay me 1 gold piece, and you can sit at my table.
I say we hit it.
I
Oh,
should
no, I'm
describe,
gonna blast
I
him.
should describe what this guy looks like.
Okay.
So, he's an
I
elf.
only have 10.
He's an elf.
We can take him.
He doesn't look particularly strong. You don't see any weapons on him.
Does magic.
Doesn't seem like he's carrying any weapons. He doesn't have bows or swords or axes or anything like that. He has a white shirt with a gray vest and a bright blue cape. And he's got like long blonde hair. He is a good looking guy, but he doesn't look very tough. But he says, if you want to sit down at this table, each one of you will have to pay me 1 gold piece.
That's not
Okay,
good.
think about what if he is like magic?
Is
That's
it
what I'm thinking.
worth
I'm like, he
it?
sounds
Because I'm
I'm
important.
more interested in the 2 people in the corner.
I know. I just want him to leave.
So
I don't care about
I
him.
could probably
I don't
get the
know.
gold back with my sleight of hand.
I mean,
Oh,
I
do
could,
you wanna
could we
try
just
that?
have Matt like push him up against a wall? And
I
be
couldn't,
Like,
like,
I was
Get into
thinking,
the
but
middle.
like I could also like
yeah, let's start a
cast minor
scene,
illusion.
and if we, yeah, we should give him the money, and then Sean should steal.
Okay, let's
Steal
do that.
back.
Okay.
I
And
say.
anything else you can grab, just
everything.
Okay, I say. I say
I
actually.
just thought
I
about it
want
all
the
and I don't
cloak.
know what to do.
I want to say actually
Heather.
like
You're welcome.
Good
Good
input.
contribution.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say to the guy, dude, I'll pay you extra to just like shut up.
No,
So I'm
don't do
gonna-
that. It just
I'm
make
just
him
gonna
leave.
pay
Now
for
we're
it.
gonna have to pay 2 gold apiece.
No, I'm gonna pay for it. So
Oh,
yeah.
never
Okay.
mind. Never
You
mind.
can use your
But I'm only gonna give him 1 extra gold piece. I don't have what?
Yeah, that's fine. You
Oh, I
can-
do have 10 actually.
Remember that I'm rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand the guy 6 gold pieces.
He picks them up.
Everyone just here with matches.
He smells the coins.
Ew.
Sean, you better
They're the
get me
milk
my money
chocolate
back.
ones.
I'm poor.
Wrapped in gold.
He sets the coins in the middle of the table.
It's the foil.
And he goes, okay, payment accepted. Have a seat.
Is he not
All
getting
right.
up?
Yeah, he's not leaving. I gave him an extra gold coin.
There are enough chairs for all of you.
Okay.
Fine,
Oh my
I'll
god.
sit at
Okay,
the
well,
table.
let's become friends with
take
him.
up, like,
Who is he?
He took my money.
He
I mean, I
didn't
gave
take
to
it.
him.
He just
Yeah, I gave it
set
to
it
him.
down
just
in the
there.
middle of the table.
I think we should become friends with him because we don't like.
He
who is
seems-
he?
No, he's playing us somehow. Why would he not just put the money in his pocket?
Because
He
he
wants
wants
to
something
talk.
from us.
Tinder's not a thing yet, Carl.
What does that mean?
It means
Not
he needs to
playing,
meet
like,
people.
flirty. We're not flirting yet.
Yet.
Wait, roll the seduce.
You've got the high
Oh, roll
charisma.
seduce.
Seduce him.
It's part of your playstyle.
Seduce him,
Yeah.
Carl.
Sean's got
So the elf with blonde hair, like
Alright, never mind.
he summons a waitress.
Oh, no. I just want to go talk to my buddy and get free drinks.
He summons the waitress.
What, roll to talk to my buddy?
Who are you going to talk to?
What's his name? Corrigan?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go talk to Corrigan.
All right, you do.
All right, cool. Do I have to
But
talk to
meanwhile,
him?
the elf with the blonde hair summons a waitress. So you guys sit down.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 He's like, so who are you? What do you do? Are you from Qabul Qilish?
Family friends.
We're friends.
Yes, we are from this place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. You like it here? Is it? This is my first time in the region, so.
It's nice. I enjoy it quite a bit.
See,
We have to be.
charismatic
We have to
one.
be like bland with him. So I don't know if we
I'm
can-
from Parmia.
I bet he's evil.
I just came off the ship.
Beautiful place. Good country.
Yeah.
Not my ship.
Oh.
I've been here a while.
Okay.
So what do you do around here?
I like listen to music and like dance and stuff.
Ah,
A lot of
Thanks.
dancing. Yeah.
festive.
A
Festive.
lot of partying.
Can I bring back my drinks yet?
Sure, you're back.
All right. I got wine for y'all because vineyards.
Okay.
Can I use
Ah,
my
I'm sure.
investigation?
Excellent.
Chug.
Sure. What do you want to
I
investigate?
got you a bigger
wanna
one.
ask
I'll
who
take
he's
I'll
here
take
with.
Carl's too. 'cause he's a drink.
So
Actually,
you can
I'm gonna
ask
give
him
you
who he's
mine
there
'cause I'm already
with.
drunk.
If you investigated him, it would be more like if you had access to his travel papers and you were like investigating the travel papers to see if he was really telling the truth about his voyage on the ship.
Why did Sean
So
just
really
do
what you want to
that?
do is find out who he's here with and see if he's lying.
Like perception.
And that would be insight.
Oh.
Insight determines someone's motives, whether they're telling the truth, that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll do that.
Who am I here with? Well, I was here with 5 other people who I traveled on the boat with, but they were too scared of her, so they left.
6.
You are confident that he is
6
telling the
not
truth,
12.
the absolute truth.
Okay.
You have no reason to doubt him.
Can
I mean,
I
first of
roll-
all, he's an elf. Second, he's got long flowing blonde hair. And third, he has nice clothes. So
Can I roll
Really,
perception
the
to
upper
see if
class is
I
not to be trusted.
you can roll. You could roll insight to
He's an
see if
old
you could
person.
tell
I'm
if he's
sorry,
telling the
sir.
truth or not.
insight? Okay.
You're talking to the 0.01%.
No. I got a 4.
He's like, so how about you, my gnomish friend? Are you a tradesman? Do you make things? Are you a maker? Craftsman?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
He's
that's
so attractive when he
that's
does
good.
that.
Do you have any family in Parmia by any chance?
Yes.
Really? I have a friend in the Rocktooth clan. I don't suppose you have any cousins in the Rocktooth clan who are gem cutters?
Yes, I do. My friend Jeff.
The rock color.
He's like, Jeff Rocktooth, huh? I've never heard of him. Okay.
See, because I have a
Roll deception.
roll deception.
Jeff Rocktooth.
10,
It'll be in the
Hey,
next
that's pretty
season.
good. What's your bonus?
Something in the next-
Jeff Rock.
11.
That can be.
You have an 11 to
No.
deception?
No.
Sean,
got a
what's your
1.
total?
11.
Oh, 11. I was like, what? All right, he's like, yeah, I don't think I know any Jeff Rocktooths, but oh well. Yes, I am here to purchase some wine. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, but I'm also hoping to find some assistance with a certain matter.
Intrigued.
What would that matter be?
Well, I'm looking for some gems.
We can find those, right?
What's in it for me?
Do we?
Well, anyone who I hired will be paid very handsomely.
Well, we're
Let's do
interested.
it.
Quite intrigued.
Do I get
Yeah,
my
let's
6
go.
gold back if I join up?
Oh, you'll get much more than 6
Okay,
gold.
I'm in.
I don't really want to talk about it here, though.
Where would you like
Oh
to
my-
talk about it?
Wait, but
Wait,
I feel
wait.
like this is not a good
Wait.
idea.
I wanna. Are we allowed to talk to the team like outside of?
You mean meta talking?
Yeah, we
with
love meta
telepathy?
Can we have a moment to talk?
I'm gonna
as
let
a
you guys,
team?
because you're beginners. I'll let you chat
Okay, I
amongst
want to stay
yourself
here.
out of game.
I want to
Can't
stay
stay.
here for a while because I want to
there's
watch
some-
these great dudes.
And I have a show tonight.
Yeah,
I
and
really
you
can't-
gotta
I
be
really
here.
can't
You
go
gotta
anywhere.
be here in an hour.
I turn
So
You can make
Oh.
arrangements with
Well,
an NPC.
You'll make more
Guys.
money on this thing.
Yeah,
than
but
me.
it-
All right,
it's for
pro
the
tip.
music.
You can make arrangements with an NPC. You could try to negotiate like, hey, we have a thing, so how about we meet tonight later or tomorrow
Tomorrow.
at noon?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Like,
do that.
Yeah,
you
let's
could
do
try
that.
to do that.
Tomorrow at noon.
I want to
That's good.
sleep in. I have a show. I have a show
Okay.
tonight.
Sleep
Did I
in.
mention I have a show
okay,
tonight?
so we're all
Didn't
late
mention the
sleepers.
musician.
What do you say we meet up at like 1, kind of like by that central fountain thingy?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
That might be cutting it close.
9
the
o'clock.
ship leaves in 2 days.
2 days?
You
That's
would
fine.
definitely, this would be a job that you would be doing at night. So you either do it tonight or tomorrow night, or you don't do it.
Listen,
Okay, how about
the show.
11 a.m.?
After the show.
After the show. After Carl's
After the show?
food
We
Okay.
use the show as a cover.
Yeah,
Somehow.
so we
I
talk
don't
about
know
it.
where I'm going with this, but after the show. Good.
Well, like 11 p.m. then?
Yeah, sure. Like,
Probably.
Okay, 11 p.m. in the town
when
square.
the moon rises.
Tonight.
That's like 6.
Never mind. It's midnight.
Doesn't matter.
Twilight.
What
Okay.
season are we in?
Weather pattern?
And then so-
Okay, fine. Like 11 p.m. midnight-ish, town square.
Do you know the small inn just down the block? The Hardy Oak?
Yes.
I feel
It's
like
this
very
place.
cool.
Okay, yes.
I'm staying there.
Yes.
Meet me, why don't you say meet me tonight? We should probably meet before midnight.
11.
11 sounds fine.
What if he kills us there, though?
Then we're
I
dead.
think it's then we start a new game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, meet me there around
End of
11.
season 2.
If I haven't found someone else to do the job, I will explain the options to you and the payment, and you can decide if you want to do the job.
If you haven't found someone else.
If you do not show up at 11, I'm going to assume that you're not interested in the job, and I will hire someone else to do it.
Okay, so
Okay,
we're gonna be there.
let's go.
Superb. Well met.
Cool.
He stands up and he walks out.
Did he leave his alcohol?
No, but he left your 6 coins.
Dope. I take him back.
That's sketchy.
Yeah,
It
I
means
feel
he's
like
got
this is,
money
like,
though. He doesn't
weird.
need my money. I want the money.
This is
Roll
like,
perception, everyone.
This is like a bad
Cool.
idea.
Wisdom perception.
It's worth
Something
it.
bad's
I
gonna
just-
happen.
15, baby.
15.
5.
plus 5. I have 20.
9.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
everybody
you
who got
add-
over a 10.
I got 5.
You notice when the blonde-haired elf leaves, the two dudes that were in the corner in the gray cloaks stand up immediately and walk to the door.
No.
We're following him.
They're all paying attention to this. I'm just chugging everyone's wine.
You're following
That's fine.
them,
Chug, chug.
Yeah, I'm.
or do you get up? Who gets up? I need to know right
I have
now.
a 20.
This
I
is
have
happening.
to get up. I have
Yeah,
five.
I'm up.
I don't know you.
All right, so they get up and they
Jack,
start
yeah.
walking out. What do you guys do?
We're
You're like, what? Huh?
You
Where you guys go?
Yeah.
Do you get up and go with them?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, we finish our drinks.
go.
and then we go.
Carl
Okay,
finishes
we're all
his
going.
drink. I finish
All right.
everyone else's drink.
We're all going.
You guys leave.
Wait,
You
who's
guys
got
leave the
stealth?
inn.
Who's got
Okay.
stealth?
And you see the two guys with the gray cloaks walking down the street, right? And there's, I mean, I don't have enough minis to fill this plaza, but just imagine like Mardi Gras level people. There are just
Okay.
throngs of people, all like crowds. Like you're actually, everybody who is not like human size is having a very hard time.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to give you disadvantage on your perception check to try to find the two guys in gray.
Is that lower than human size or more than human?
So we roll again?
Smaller. So you guys have
Yeah,
no
roll
problem. She has no problem, but you two shorties have disadvantage to perception to
Can
find
I
the
roll
guys
the-
in
Can
gray.
we roll?
Can I roll to pick
Everybody
up
make
Milo?
one more
I
perception
wanna
check.
pick
I
up
see what
Milo.
you're. I'm gonna get this time.
9.
Oh,
So
18.
disadvantage
15.
means you roll the
Plus
20s twice and you take the lower of the two numbers.
18, Bill.
15.
8. Still completely.
It's like I'm the
14.
most
I
perceptive.
crit
I'm
failed.
still
I
drunk
got
on all
a
the wine.
9 and an 8.
So fail, fail,
Crit fail.
fail.
18.
8.
So the taller guys are like, oh yeah, they're right over there. You guys are like, where? I can't see. Because you're like children in a crowd of massive
I
people.
want to pick up Milo
Can
and
I-
put her on my shoulders.
Yeah, could I try and pick up
What's your strength?
My
Willie
strength
strokes?
bad.
Yeah, let me pick up.
Like
Willie.
how bad?
I've got a -1 to strength,
Oh.
or I've got a 9
What's wrong
on
with
it.
grasping?
I'll say that you could,
She's
with some
little.
effort, you could do that.
Pick
Yeah.
up my vocabulary.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, you
Now you're
guys.
tall.
You see the two gray cloaks. And they're about halfway down the block. They're like speed walking through a crowd to the extent where you see like they're kind of like shoving people. People are like, hey, what the hell? Like they're just
Can I?
just
Like-
moving people aside and like pushing people and you think you see the blonde elf like up ahead of them about another 20 feet.
Uh-oh.
Can I lift Sean onto my shoulders in like pursuit so he can be my eyes?
Oh yeah, easily.
Okay.
What's your strength?
19.
Yeah, you're like
It's just-
so you're up on his shoulders now. I won't make you make a roll. You definitely see the two bald guys with the gray cloaks, and they're walking pretty briskly.
Okay, are you?
Let's follow. Follow him.
How? To what
Sean,
extent?
directly.
Walking casually, running fast, shoving people out of the way. How are you
Yeah,
catching up with them?
Like you're running.
I'm running, but I'm also holding Milo, so
We
not
run?
fast.
Sean, do an acrobatics check where you run on people's shoulders like in a kung fu movie.
No.
I have a high
You run
stealth,
across the. I'm
so
just
we
kidding.
run and they don't see us.
That doesn't help because I'm 8 feet tall and
Yeah.
the loudest person.
You, if you wanted to stealth, you could stealth.
Dude, you should just.
But
throw
if you
Sean
wanted
at
to
them.
run
Wait,
fast, you
hold
should
on.
just run
Could I
fast.
throw Sean?
I'd like to play the flute again.
Could I throw Sean at him?
You could
While
throw.
we're
You could
running.
throw Sean.
No,
He
'cause
would
then
have to make an
everyone comes to
acrobatics
me.
check to
Yeah.
land
Open
without
up a
hurting himself or other
pathway.
people.
Or actually, you know what?
Are you down?
Do you want to
No.
do that?
Are you down? No.
Okay.
Does he need to be down?
Hey,
for the
how,
throwing?
how far can my arms of Hadar reach?
Isn't that tentacle arms?
Yes.
Well, Anna, here's the thing. You're in a crowded street. I don't want to tell you how to play this game
I just want to know if I could reach.
because
them.
people on YouTube will be butthurt. But let me
Hey.
just say that you, as a warlock, know that if you bust out that level of a spell in a crowded area, there are militia people who are like the constables who
20
will
minutes ago.
find you and imprison you for that.
That's probably not a minor enough crime. I could
Yeah.
intimidate my way out of it.
I have an idea.
You know that would be detrimental to your overall life.
Okay.
We're pretty good at lying, right? I know
Yes.
I got good deception. I think Sean does as well.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
if we just kind of start like you get on Matt's shoulders and start yelling like, "Hey, we're the King's Guard," or like some kind of lie that gets people to like move to the side so that we can.
What if
Yeah.
I'm like holding Sean and like I pretend that he's a
Yeah,
hurt
you
child?
yeah, you could be like,
you have
"This kid's
intimidate, Matt?
dying.
Yeah.
This little baby
This
boy."
little
Yeah.
baby boy.
Why don't we
Intimidate
just
plus
shove
4.
our way through?
Okay.
And then I have intimidate.
You know this.
Because now we have a clear path.
Only because I'm telling you. You could Andre the Giant this from Princess Bride and just be like, everybody move!
Hot
mean-
soup.
I was
Well,
thinking
that would be
about it.
deception. Hot soup, what? And people get out of your way. I do that all the time. So you could do either intimidation or you could do
Worst
hot
case
soup.
scenario, I'm just
Do
charging
hot
this.
soup.
Okay.
Hot soup.
I don't think I.
What's
no,
your
dude,
charisma?
let's team up because we both have
My
high
charisma's
intimidation.
18
and
plus
shove our way
4.
through.
Mine's 20
Let's
plus
brute force
5.
it.
Why don't you do? Yeah, why don't you could do? I mean, you could either
do we do?
deceive your way into distracting people to move. You can intimidate your way. You could persuade. You could be like, "Would everyone please move?" Like, there are
I got
lots of
7
different
Carl.
ways.
Lead us like a parade.
Why don't we just do all of them?
With this
I
flute.
have the flute in the front and everyone's following.
We started conga line.
Do you,
Yes.
all right,
Roll the conga.
make
Roll
a
the
roll.
conga.
Conga
after.
line.
Roll to conga.
What's your?
Carl, you're blowing your flute, and like it's
It
so the
breaks
crowd is so
immediately.
loud and stuff that you're
I
like
should have got the bagpipes.
your flute is not loud enough.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Maximilian's arm and gonna
Oh,
try to
jeez.
start shoving and yelling at people to move.
Hit on
Okay,
instinct.
roll intimidate.
How tall is she?
I got a
She's like normal.
24.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just me and Sean are tiny?
So
I
You're-
start screaming. I'm terrified.
You're
Yeah.
coming with me though.
So basically, people start to move out of your way, and you guys like kind of open up a channel where you can get caught up.
Cool.
Do you do that?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right, I
just
need to
blow
know
to the
who's
other
up
side of the
front,
flute.
like who's closest to the two guys.
Me and Milo, because I'm still got Milo on my shoulders.
Yeah, Sean's just been on my shoulders. this
So.
whole
Okay, so
Not Carl.
Sean, you're in charge of lining people
Carl's
up
just
on
trying
this
to get a
street right
flute.
there.
Carl's
I'm gonna say
still
that these
small.
two bag-carrying dudes are the two dudes that you're after.
time. Think of the bags as robes.
It was me.
Yeah.
They have the small male one.
I just seen someone.
Carl, he's right up against the thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't get to come with us because he's too busy fluting.
No, I'm coming. I'm just a little
kidding,
behind. I'm
I'm
like right there.
Where are you?
Common.
You just put him
Oh, that
down.
is you.
Okay, we're up here.
I'm in the back.
You just didn't quite figure it out yet.
Who is that?
I just don't have a blonde elf right now, so I'm using a bald priest.
Oh my god.
Wait, why'd you use the bald priest as the elf and then the bagman as the
Hey, I'm
bald
impressed.
priest?
You know, because here's the thing. Look how long it took to set up this stupid map. Like, we'd be through a dungeon right now. So I'm just trying to expedite things. All right, so these are the two guys with the gray cloaks. This is your blonde elf guy. They're moving through. There's crowds of people. You guys are approaching. One of the dudes in gray stops abruptly and turns and faces you while the other continues chasing the elf. The guy that stops to face you is like,
Is there anyone between me and that guy?
he gets into a straight up like fighting stance.
Anyone in between us?
Get my
No.
hammer.
I want to Eldritch Blast him.
Oh,
Jeez.
okay, initiative.
Oh.
Everybody roll initiative.
D20,
Roll
right?
d20, add your initiative bonus.
Which one's the
21.
20.
I got
20.
6.
And what do we
12.
add?
Your initiative
initiative,
bonus,
this one.
it's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
up by your
I got
speed.
5.
6.
All right, I'm going to
11.
count down from highest to lowest. Anybody you got over a 20? How about 20? 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. What the hell, you guys? 12,
I got 12.
12,
I
11,
got 5.
10,
Oh, I got 5. You got
9,
6.
8, 7, 6,
Six.
5.
5.
Oh, we're fucked.
We are all
Wow.
We all
Hey,
broke
we're
our
not
ankles.
All right.
Are we?
So now here's what's gonna happen. You actually go first. You do go first.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do the Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
There's no one in front of you.
So,
It's like the
So
duel at
that is an attack roll.
what do I roll?
You're gonna roll d20. You get to add your charisma bonus because you're a warlock.
Okay.
You get to add your charisma bonus as your attack to that roll.
Oh, that's a bad one. Okay. I only got a 9.
All right. So you're like, and
Yeah.
the flame like flies past him as he kind of ducks to the side.
Uh-oh.
Then he runs up to you
Oh,
and
shit.
just does a running front kick.
Ah,
Um,
sorry. Milo.
Woo! Funny. And I got kicked.
Jeez.
he flies right past you in an almost comical way and just wipes out on the street. And he grinds to a halt in the middle of you guys. Like,
Can I just-
he must have slipped on like a piece of fruit because I rolled a 1. So he like literally he's like,
Crit failed.
and he goes to run and jump and he crit fails and he's like just like slides in right between you guys. Conveniently located to the next highest number.
Me.
What did you have?
11.
Yeah, so go.
12.
So he like literally falls down in front of you.
I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to kill him.
Step on him.
No, we'll question him.
Well, the problem, like, I have a warhammer, so if I either I
You
stab
could
him or I just
grapple
just-
him,
I mean, we
Matt.
still got
You
the
could
other
literally
guy.
just like bear hug and grapple him to hold him.
But you're
That's
still
a strength
holding
check.
Sean.
I like that.
Or you could just unarmed, like just literally
I'll
punch him,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh.
non-lethal. So go ahead and roll d20, add your strength and your proficiency bonus.
Alright.
I want a dice tray.
18
Okay,
plus
that's
4 plus 2.
very easy. So like you punch
And
him,
you kill.
you do. You're gonna do
His
a
head
point of
pops.
damage or 1
I
to
got
2
it.
points of damage plus your strength bonus. So what is that? 4?
5 or 6. Yeah, 4.
Yeah. So let's say you do 5. Like you just hit him really hard, and it doesn't knock him out, but you definitely like just punch the hell out of him. Maybe you broke his jaw. You're not really sure, but he has definitely been hit. Okay. Then it's you. So you could step up too.
He doesn't seem very threatening
Do I want to
anymore.
kill him?
You could nut stomp him. You can kill him
Curb
Why
stomp.
wasn't that enough?
You could- because he's small.
But he's also on top of.
Well, yeah, it's location. Like you're like right over him. Sean could like run up and.
Can I conveniently?
Plus, I have this like weird fear about little people nut stomping me, so maybe that's where that came from.
What?
Is that like a reoccurring dream or
Are
something?
you okay?
Yeah. What did something happen?
I'm gonna
Is
like
everything
put
okay
that
at
in the
home
end.
now?
When I was a
Credits.
kid, there was a midget who. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. All right, go ahead.
12
Can
times
I
on the way to school.
Is
conveniently?
everything okay at home?
Can I
Let's
steal
see.
from him? Yes.
Steal everything.
That's
he
what I'm
had.
trying to get at.
Yeah.
So,
You don't know if there's anything to steal, but go ahead.
can I steal from him with my sleight of hand and attack him at the same time?
Like.
Like if I
punch
just
him.
like punch his chest and then also reach in his pockets
What?
and then like.
So you're like
Not at
open,
this level. I think you could do
Alright.
that at higher levels,
Wait,
but
so you're trying
not
to
at this level.
open fist punch him while grabbing something?
basically.
Why don't you just use like,
like,
2
break your
hands?
fingers.
There's
Just
probably a
punch
feat
one to
that'll
grab.
allow you to do that. Somebody on YouTube will be
simple,
like,
just
he
like
could have totally done that if he had the blah 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 feat, but no. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Sorry, you
Sorry, YouTube.
Well, I mean, I
Don't
guess I
trash
just have to use my
Sorry,
dart
Minecraft
against him.
Colton.
He's like 5 feet away. You're gonna just whip a dart
I mean,
at
it's
him.
either a dart, a rapier, or a
darts.
short bow.
Yeah, that's true.
Dart him.
Can I,
Shoot-
can I take out
shoot
my
the
dart?
rapier
Or I
at
have to
him with a
roll for
short
that.
You can just throw your dart. Hey, look at that.
9.
9 plus
Plus 6.
6.
15. You hit him,
15.
you throw a dart at him. So Maximillian just goes, oh, and like Hulk punches him in the face, and then you're like, hey, and you like whip a dart at the guy, and he's like, ah, ah, ah. All right, who had the next highest roll?
Carl with the
All right, Ralof. So you like, you're also you're up there too. So what do you do?
Just play the flute.
You hit him
What are
with
you
your
gonna
flute.
play?
You hit him with your flute.
I'm not that strong.
You just play a theme
Don't you have a
song.
weapon?
I have 2 rapiers.
Is there a D&D theme song?
Now, do you remember you do have bardic inspiration?
Oh my god, wait, which one is
Slash.
that? Wait,
It's your
explain it.
ability. It's so you could bestow a bardic inspiration on someone and help them. They get basically an extra die. Carl, it's
I
written
do
down on
that
your sheet.
to
Right.
Heather. I mean,
Heather's the healer.
Milo.
All right. So
I want Milo to really hurt this guy.
so how do you do the inspiration? You're like, I really want you to hurt this guy.
Heather,
Yes.
you look so nice today. You should hurt this guy really bad.
Okay.
All right. So Milo, you
Really
just feel
F him up.
inspired.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Ralof's so inspiring.
He hyped me up. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I
The
just
little
roll.
What do you want to do?
Oh.
Dart him.
And
I have a
Another
dart,
dart.
and a
That'd be funny if that
What's it
really
called?
happened. If you were like, you look so beautiful, you could do it. Kill him.
I can do
What?
it.
What is it?
Is it a
you
scimitar?
look really nice to it.
Yeah.
Can I use that?
You sure could, kiddo.
Slice it up.
It's a big curved sword.
What is that? Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Should I? Or should I use a dart? 'Cause I
Don't
have a
ask
dart.
me.
The
Should I
dart?
have used my
It's too late now.
D4 instead of a D20? for
That's
my
very
dart?
damage.
Yeah, I didn't have you roll damage yet,
Okay.
but I will.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna use my scimitar.
Okay.
Okay. I got 20.
Oh my god. What are the odds? So in
sliced-
season 1, Heather's first attack roll was a 20.
Whoa.
Wow. All right, roll damage here.
I'm gonna be sick.
This is
That's you for your dart.
as a D4. 2.
2 plus what? Look at your damage.
4.
It's on the sheet, Sean.
6.
So you did 6 damage. All right,
did
now
6
Heather,
damage?
you just rolled.
First
Wait,
damage?
what about me?
You just rolled a d20. What's the damage on your
get
scimitar?
Oh,
That is
1
one of
4.
the worst.
Plus 4. Well, actually,
No,
no.
no, no.
Oh,
1d4.
1d6
I'm a lefty.
plus 4.
Oh, sorry. I
Right.
got the wrong one.
So
Could've been
because you
against
rolled a
this.
20 using the Bill Allen damage alternative
Yes.
scoring system, you get a 6 right off the bat. Plus that dice plus your damage bonus.
Jesus.
5 plus
damage
4.
So you did 15 damage with a scimitar right after he did how much? How much did you roll with your d4 plus?
It was a 2.
Two.
so
6.
6.
I got a 6.
21.
And I also punched him for 5 or 6.
We got him.
Yeah.
We got
So you're not sure if he's dead or just unconscious, but
Okay.
he's not moving
He
either
pops.
way. So that happened.
Cool.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, good
again?
job, everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
We
Yeah,
need your
let's-
clapping. sound
Literally,
effect.
that's the top of the round. So like that was one round and he's done. Like
Whoa!
now
didn't
at the
think it.
beginning of that next round. So Trixie, this guy's not moving. What do you do?
I want to drop Milo and run after the other gray robe guy.
You run.
I run.
I feel in the bathroom.
Okay.
Can we have a bathroom break?
No, what
A
time is it?
couple minutes.
Almost 4.
Yes, we'll be finishing up in a couple minutes.
Oh.
So hold it.
Okay, I can hold
I
it.
can go to Cheesy's.
Okay.
Maybe just
So
take a nap.
you start running after the other gray robe.
Yep.
I think in initiative order, you were next, Matt.
Yeah.
So what does Maximillian do? You
Crap.
see Trixie run off after the other gray robe.
Yell and charge after her.
Okay.
Am I still on top of Matt?
Yeah.
No, I think you hopped up.
No,
Did
he threw a dart.
threw the
So yeah,
dart.
you're still on top. So what do you do? Do you stay on top with him?
Yes.
Okay. I can't really make that happen. So all right. So you just ride off.
Carl.
Who was next? Carl, and then Heather was last.
I'd like to
All right.
climb that building.
What's wrong with you?
Because then I could like dive down on it.
Okay, Carl. You.
What's wrong?
How's your athletics?
Oh god, I'm not good in real life, so it's
1.
You're on track.
He has a -1 athletics.
Roll d20.
-1.
Yeah.
let's get it. Let's have her done.
Hey, a 9.
Eight.
You're like, hey, and nothing's happening. That's your round. All right, Heather.
What should I do?
Well, you could
Also
check
climb
and
the
see if
building.
he's dead,
I feel like I should.
or
Heal him
you could
so
just
we
run
can
along
fight
with
him.
everyone else,
I think I'm
or you
just
could try to
gonna
climb a
I
building
don't
like
really
Carl.
want to do that. I think I'm just gonna run.
Heather.
I mean, do we want to take him in for questioning? If he's
Heal
not
him and then
dead?
we'll kill him again for
No.
the
You
No.
ran. All right,
The other one.
this guy stops and turns and faces you guys. Go. Your turn.
Okay.
He's turning to fight you guys,
He
and
just
you.
slow rotated.
Ooh, how close am I to him?
You're close enough, 20 feet.
Can I use Arms of Hadar now?
There's still a lot of people.
Okay, fine. I won't.
Stop with the tentacles. Jesus.
No more time.
The Eldritch Blast you could shoot because he's straight ahead.
Okay,
There's
I'm
line
gonna-
of sight.
yeah, I'll just blast him.
Okay.
D20. I got a 13 on
Yes,
that
that is a hit.
one. So
Do your damage.
1d10. Which of these is a d10?
The one that's most like a diamond.
So do I.
Keep going. Hold it up.
I'm gonna go
Yes,
run and
roll.
start sliding.
That's a 7
Yep.
plus.
Ah! He's like hit. He doesn't do anything. You're up. You're running with him on your back,
I'm
and you see this other guy turn to fight, and she's like, whoosh, and this time the blast hits him in the dead center.
going like a running start with the warhammer, just
Ooh.
nailing him in the head with it.
Roll.
Within the head.
Right in the head. Yeah.
9.
9
Plus. Look at your warhammer.
warhammer plus 6.
Okay, 15. That's a hit.
Wait, it's 1d8 plus.
Now roll your d8.
Where's my
Oh,
D8?
here.
We don't have them.
And then there's a plus 4 at the end of that, I think.
So roll that plus 4.
5.
Hey, so 5 total?
No, 1
Oh,
plus 4
yeah.
is plus
So 5 total. All right, so you hit him. You hit him. You hit him. You're up. You're still on his back, so you want to throw
Am
another
I
dart.
near him?
Yeah, dude, you're right on. Like
just-
you're
I use my rapier.
okay. Oh, you want to take a swipe?
Yeah.
So he goes Warhammer, and you're like, ha! And you like, you jump up from his shoulders and you stab down with your rapier. No, Sean, that's damage. You have to roll the hit first.
Good.
Pick a d20.
Get the ones out of the way.
17.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Plus what?
Plus
If he has
Plus
the
6.
is 23. That's a lot. Now you're gonna roll the d8 for the rapier. Where did that d8 go?
I gave it back to you.
Oh,
This?
Yes, that. And add your damage. Hey, that's pretty good. 1 plus. Look at your
Where's your
thing.
Oh, this
Rapier.
Yes.
1
D8
plus 4
plus
is
4.
5. So
5.
5 total. So
I'm so hungry.
it's like blast, hammer, rapier, and like
Do I hit him?
you're up there next.
Oh.
No.
So the guy's just
I'm
getting
up
like his ass beat all over the place.
Oh yeah, Carl's up next.
Carl, go ahead and roll the climb.
I don't want to climb. I actually want to go inside and use the stairs.
Okay. You burst into the door, and like the shopkeeper and the blacksmith are like, look at you like, can
I'm
we
an
help
agent
you?
of the Lord. Let me go upstairs.
Roll deception.
But I am an agent of the Lord.
Roll persuasion.
8
Carl, your
plus-
deception's better than your persuasion.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's too late. Where's my persuasion? 7 plus 8.
Hey,
Hey,
15.
Oh wait, no.
They pause and they're like, okay?
Run upstairs.
It's not really like okay, but like confusion okay. So you could start making your way
Get to the
stairs.
roof.
All right, you. What do you do?
Scimitar again?
You can like glide.
All right, you're like, you run up and do a swipe on him?
Yeah.
Okay, scimitar, go.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, hit.
Okay. Do I add attack bonus?
Yeah.
It's 1d6.
6, so 21.
Right. So now you roll d6 plus your damage bonus.
Thank you.
Go one and just jump off.
3 plus 4.
So it was like, the guy drops.
Nice.
Ah.
Cool.
Either unconscious or dead. You don't know unless you want to check.
Let's go, Paul.
Carl, like 15 seconds later, that'll happen. All right, you guys finish up this second guy. And now you notice that the blonde-haired elf is standing at the corner of the inn, just watching, and he's smiling. He's like, well done. Do you guys like approach him?
No, I'm gonna see if this guy's dead.
You check to see if he's dead. How? Do you have medicine?
No. I feel sorry.
I mean,
Milo
I have a,
does.
I have
I
a-
do.
I have a +1 to it.
I have like,
All right,
all that
I'm gonna
stuff.
be
Make
like.
a medicine roll, Milo.
Wait, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Come on, Milo.
Okay, Milo, do it.
4.
Plus,
Plus 5.
so 9.
Wait, where'd you get 5 from?
You're like,
Oh, right.
yeah, he's dead. You like
Okay.
kind of get some
Yeah.
blood on you when you're checking.
Hold on.
Okay.
He's dead.
Okay. Can I go check the other guy or?
You can go back and check to see if the other guy's. He's not moving, so he
Okay.
could be either unconscious or dead.
I want to know if he's.
Who else is going to check on the other guy?
In the town.
Hey,
What are
Milo,
you doing?
Milo,
What
come
are
here.
you doing? What are
Okay,
you doing?
I'm gonna go check.
Yeah, we're gonna go check together.
You guys go to check the other guy.
I'm gonna show where I am.
I wanna talk to White Elf Man.
Okay, are you still on his back?
Yes.
Okay, you guys go up.
I played the flute.
Make the other check roll. You guys get over to the
in
other body.
town.
16.
Yeah.
Plus
So just as an
Plus 5.
FYI,
21.
he's dead. You also notice that like people kind of seem like scared / shocked about this combat that just happened and confusion, and people are like murmur, murmur. Psh, 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 who is it? I don't know. Someone call the constables. Me, I'm the militia.
I know what to do.
Okay, I want to
What?
intimidate.
What
them.
should we do?
Oh, are you gonna do it?
So I'm up on the roof now.
Yeah.
I yell to the
Like
crowds,
Batman.
"Thank you for coming to our show, our live performance!" And then I play the flute.
Okay.
Carl, 2 rolls for this to happen. 2 rolls. Roll
like
number
it.
1. Deception.
I'm good at that. Wait,
good at
first
that
let's look at my 7 plus. That's
20.
20.
That's a 20. So, Carl, you like yell at the top of your lungs. You're like, thank you.
Thank you for coming, one and all, to our show, our reenactment of
Fiddler on the roof.
Flute Man.
Flutist on the roof.
All right, now you perform.
A 9. Do I add
That's
to
a
that?
6.
Yeah, add your performance.
It's a 6.
Wait, who's on the roof over there?
11.
No, I just had a.
He
Oh.
shoots Carl off the
He
roof.
shoots
All
Carl
right,
up
so
the roof.
Carl, it is not as important that you're on the roof and your flute's not that loud anyway. So you're like, "Wee, wee, 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 wee," and nobody cares because they're all like, there's like this general feeling around you guys of like brief confusion, but also like you see some people looking at you over this dead body who are like they're clapping as if they're not sure if it was real or a performance.
I stand up and I bow and I make Milo bow too.
All right, both of you roll
Should we
deception.
bow?
Feather fall, jump off.
19.
Wow.
I don't. Oh, I've got
14.
18.
Okay.
18.
Oh,
I've got
So
whatever
you guys
else.
bow, and everybody's like, "Oh, it was a performance. Oh, he's not
Yeah.
really dead." All right, now what do you do?
Okay,
We
I want.
drag him off. We have to
Yeah.
drag him off.
Take money.
Yeah, hold on.
Take money.
I'll drag the other guy
Oh
off.
wait, yeah, I'm on. All donations are accepted, and we would love as much as you can give.
Sean, you
I
get
want-
the money, I'll
It's
drag the
church.
body
Wait,
off.
wait, I want to pull off my pirate hat and ask for tips.
Okay, so I'm
I think we have to drag
I'm
him
just
off.
gonna meta this right now. The miraculous sequence of rolls, initially made by Carl. By the way, Carl, that does deserve an
Thank you for coming to our
inspiration, and I will
show.
let you use that inspiration dice for next gaming session, because that was a brilliant stroke of saving everyone's lives. Otherwise, you all would totally be in fucking jail.
I
So
love,
Thank
I love
you
what
for
the plan
coming.
you
originally
take,
was.
you guys drag the one body off.
Okay.
Maximillian,
I'm dragging the
I'll
other
take it.
body
you
off.
drag the other
I'm
body
weak-
off.
Yeah, okay, I've got
Sean-
it.
And as you're
Oh,
doing
wait,
that,
I'm weak too.
Sean, you notice that the blonde-haired elf
Your strength is
smiles
better than
like rather satisfactory, like, and he nods, and then he
so
just walks
tired.
into the inn
I'm covered in
where he
blood
said
on
he
the
would be.
roof.
So,
I didn't hit him. Though.
my friends, that is the end of episode 1
Oh.
of season 2 of D&D with high school students. When we resume, we'll find out what happens after you guys have ditched the bodies.